Hi everyone, it's Lou Collins on CraftStash. Thank you so much for joining us today. Now today I'd like to show you this tutorial on how to create this quick and easy one layer card using stencil and stamping in combination with each other. Now the items I've used are the brand new Apple Blossom Dandelion Days collection, absolutely stunning. I've gone with the butterflies from here, but you can of course use the dandelions as well. There's lots within the stencil so you can achieve this technique in lots of different ways. If you enjoyed this, please don't forget to like, subscribe and share this video. Now let's get on with the tutorial. So for this project I'm going to start with the large decorative butterfly in the Butterfly Ways stamp set and the Dandelion Days stencil set. Now notice the two are coordinating, so the stencil will overlay the butterfly absolutely beautifully. So you then also within the stencil set have the flower head, so you can do coloured flowers for this one too. You've got the smaller flower head also just here, and then you have this gorgeous array of dandelion seeds, I guess they are, and butterflies also that you can use as a stencil. So let's get our card blank. Now what I'm going to do for this one, because it's a nice quick and easy card, is I'm going to go directly onto my card blank. So I'm going to just pop my stencil off of here and I'm going to place this, it's going to be right in the middle. I'm going to put a nice sentiment underneath. Now it's a good idea to use the CraftStash low tack tape just to hold this still, like so. And there's lots of videos on the CraftStash YouTube channel that give you lots of tips and techniques like this. So make sure you are subscribed to that if you love crafty card making videos. Now I'm going to be really careful about putting my low tack tape around the corners of the stencil here, because I want to ensure that I'm not going to accidentally capture the rest of my card there, so that should be fine. And I've chosen to go for salvaged patina, rusty hinge and gathered twigs. So I'm keeping it quite neutral with a pop of colour from the salvaged patina. So I think I'm going to do salvage patina first because this is the lightest colour. So I'm just going to determine where this is going to be, and I think around the centre, the bottom of the wings here. So this sort of line across the middle is where I want that one to be. Now don't forget, lots of detail is going to be added on top of this, so don't worry too much about being too precise with it. There we go. So we've got a nice line of salvage patina, beautiful duck egg blue teal colour running through there. Then I'm going to come in with my this is a gorgeous colour, rusty hinge, and just go over there like so. I'm going to come back to my salvage patina and blend those edges just a little bit, so just blur the lines. I'm also going to pick up a bit more blue because I don't want to lose the blue in amongst the orange. The orange is so strong. There we go. Beautiful colours coming through already. Now I'm going to make this look a little more natural with a little gathered twigs just in the centre there. So it can be the centre and a little bit on the outer, and then also slightly darker colour on the edges of the wings. I don't want to lose the orange, but I do want to make it as realistic as possible. And there we go. Just been very careful. I think I've just caught the paper there a little bit, but we shall see. Okay, so now I just need to carefully lift up this stencil. There we go, beautiful. Now the stencil I would just wipe with a wet wipe or some spritz with water, some tissue, or even just take it to your tap, your sink, and remove that ink. That will be absolutely fine like that, because it will dry really nice and quickly, but do make sure it's dry before you use it again. Now a good way, if you've done like myself, a good way to lift up any excess ink like this is to just use a little bit of water, and I'm just going to spray some water over that area, masking off with my hand my butterfly because I don't want to capture any of that. I'm leaving that just to sit there for a moment, not too long, and then I'm going to lift up the colour, and that really does lighten up that. Now I'm going to be stamping over this area anyway, so I'm not too worried, but that does just lift up some of the colour for you. So that's the beauty of using distress oxides. Now we want to do our stamping, and we want to stamp this large butterfly over the colour that we've just laid down. I'm going to place this over the top inside my stamping platform. So I think that's pretty much there. And then turn over and lift off. Now, because this is a brand new stamp and I've not used it before, I'm going to prep it. Now, by prepping it, I mean I'm going to take a pencil eraser. I'm just going to brush that flat over the surface of the stamp. Now, this is only necessary with brand new stamps. Once you've used them a couple of times, you don't usually need to do this, but it does mean you get perfect stamping from the first impression. If you don't do this, if you weren't to do this, it just means that there is a manufacturing coating on the stamp, and that could just affect the way your ink holds on the stamp for the first few impressions, but it does in general quickly wear off. And this doesn't go just for apple blossom stamps, this goes for any stamps you have. So just inking up this, and because I've got it in the stamping platform, I know that I can use this a couple of times and go over it, so I'm sort of under no pressure to get the perfect impression first time. I'm using the Momento black ink here. There we go. So I've got a few areas that I want to go back over. So just re-ink my stamp. Place that over and keep doing this until you've got the perfect impression. Like I say, new stamps do tend to have this coating on. The rubber takes away the majority of it, but sometimes you just need to use your stamps. There we go, I think that's not too far off at all actually. I think that's pretty much got all the detail. Beautiful, so you can see you've got the detail of the stamp in there, and then you've got this lovely colour underneath. Now of course you can also stamp that with an embossing ink and then go ahead with something like your gold, maybe your gold embossing powder. That would look really pretty as outlines instead. Now, because I've got this little smudge, I didn't quite get it all away, and I've got another little smudge there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to work with that, and I'm actually going to make myself a little bit of a watercolour splat effect. So I'm just going to take one of the CraftStash blending mats, pop a little distress oxide on there in one of the colours that I've used. Doesn't have to be orange, but as I've got an orange splat there already, it kind of makes sense for it to be that colour. Water this down, a few squirts of water. There we go. And I've just got a little paintbrush. And I'm just going to flick some orange splatters around the butterfly. One top corner and one bottom corner is kind of generally how I go. I don't go all over the image. So I kind of go in a diagonal across there. Like so. Okay, now I just need to let that dry. Now I'm going to choose a sentiment. I've got some beautiful ones here. You give me butterflies. I really like thank you for being you. I often say that to my family members, so let's use this one. I'm going to position it where I want it, which is going to be around about the same sort of height from the bottom, or depth from the bottom as the antenna, the top of the butterfly is from the top, to even the card out. So, and make sure it's central as well. So I think there would be about right. And then pick that up again, because this is a brand new stamp. I do need to prep this one as well. So just give that a quick brush over, making sure it's straight. There we go, brush away any little pieces from the rubber. And then ink this up with a black ink pad. Do the first impression and then go back. Oh, do you know what? I don't even think I need another one. Let's do one anyway. But that is a pretty good impression anyway. There we go. And there we have it. A lovely quick card using the new Apple Blossom collection with the beautiful Dandelion days. Isn't that stunning? So really pretty. I love that. I love the colours of the butterfly as well, and I love how simple it is. It would be really, really easy to mass produce. Now don't forget with yours that you want to ensure that you mask off areas where your blending brushes might go through the stencil, as I have there. I think maybe a few more flicks of ink purposely dotted in that area to cover those over would work, but otherwise I'm really happy with that. So thank you for joining us. Don't forget, if you are looking at the Apple Blossom collection exclusive to CraftStash, as a VIP member you will get 10% off plus double points and priority shipping on this collection, and there's lots of other beautiful products from Apple Blossom that you can find on the website. That's www.craftstash.co.uk or craftstash.us. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We have regular videos uploading each and every week, and I hope to see you again on another tutorial very soon. Take care, everybody.